You know, it was too cold for her outside this morning. I put her outside, and as soon as she came inside, she ran straight through the door, straight past the table, no wall-eyedness, straight to the bed, and sat on the blanket. She was not having it. Spoiled little dog. She don't let
Yeah, so what? I'm spoiled because I'm precious.
Hey everyone, welcome to this new episode of Saw Married to Geek, the show where we invite you into our lives and our adventures and our fun,
our coffee.
Our coffee and our dog. I am Gavin and this is...
Dog.
I'm not pointing at dog, I'm pointing at you. This is
Me.
This is Phil. He's not a morning person.
No.
To say the very least, he's not a morning person.
The morning hates me and I hate it.
I don't mind mornings as long as the sun is up.
You're a fucking Disney princess. You wake up singing and birds chirping all over you.
That sounds kind of dirty, though.
Everything sounds dirty to you.
So, quick updates.
I made a baked potato, you'd be like, oh, I bet you did.
I baked your potato, all right.
For real.
So, it's Monday, and this past weekend we did a music Saturday with Yasmin and Cynic, and it was amazing. You guys spent all day, like way longer than I thought you guys were going to spend making music.
I told you it's a long process.
I'd booked out 12 to 4. I was like, whatever. It was like almost 8 by the time I think it was all said and done.
It's not as easy as making TV shows. It takes time.
Everything takes time, but you guys got a lot of work done. It was quite interesting. And while they were doing that, Dante and I learned to play Nemesis and Sonic Racers. And Nemesis is really, really fun and not as complicated as those two giant boxes would make you think. But
what did the dog do while y'all were doing that?
She was a right neurotic bitch the entire time. One, she hadn't seen Yasmin and Dante forever, so she threw up on the floor. She excited herself too much. And then she just didn't know what to do with Cynic.
It was really cute, though, with the baby. She was good with the baby.
Yeah.
She was real gentle and walked over to check on her.
But you can't trust us. You can't trust her.
She's good with babies.
Why you go with babies and not people?
Because she doesn't like people. Babies are innocent. The rest of us can go.
Babies are not innocent. This is a whole other show. We're not going to this one. Anyways.
We're not having this fight again.
So today...
Almost made me break up with you once over that fight.
We're talking about Phil's dramatic breakdowns. Like this.
This isn't a dramatic meltdown.
A dramatic meltdown is, I'll maybe break up with you, blah, 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 whatever. But Phil has really dramatic breakdowns when something he can't handle or goes wrong. Like, crash and burn, crying. And I should have known because the first time I think I ever saw it, he has this electronic wine cork. Now, I don't understand why a wine cork wouldn't pull the cork out. Like, literally it just drilled down, and it was like a giant fleshlight, and you had to pull it off. And he's in the kitchen, and I hear, fuck! And he's on the floor crying.
And bleeding.
And bleeding. Because he pulled it off and smashed himself in the nose and the face, and was like, I can't even use a corkscrew! Like,
I still have a scar from that, too.
He was so dramatic. So I bought him a nicer set that does it all for him. But I was like, what did you do? He goes, I pieced together, and he put the corkscrew in and pulled it out of himself's face. I was like, why didn't it just pull the corkscrew out? It's an electronic corkscrew.
Why would you get mad at me when I'm the one who's injured on the floor?
I did it like I was kind of, you were a little bit upset because I don't understand why this machine would do that. But how do you smash yourself in the face?
Because I was holding it like this, and I pulled and it popped me in the face.
What is the thing they always teach you when you're a kid? Don't point things at your face.
You know what else they teach you? Smack bitches who ask dumb questions.
That's what they teach you in prison, not in elementary school.
We went to different elementary schools. I went to elementary school in the hood. They taught us, like, sleep with a shiv under your pillow. Don't trust the crackhead on the corner. And I know you think I'm kidding, but at my elementary school, we really did have lessons like, when you see someone standing on the corner and trying to get your attention, you should really ignore him and go get your teacher. Because where I went to school, I mean, there were some pimps and some crackheads over there when I was really little. Not once I got older. Like second grade on, it was good. But you know where, I'm not going to say out loud, but you know where I went to elementary school when I was really little. And there were several men with long fur coats hanging around, even though it was the summer.
So that was the first time I ever saw him have a dramatic breakdown. What are some of your other highlights?
The other night was kind of rough. So I was in the recording studio, and I was trying to wheel my way over in my office chair to the keyboard, and it got stuck on something, and the chair flipped out from under me. And y'all, I have back injuries. I had just gotten an injection in my hip. I'm getting an injection in my tailbone next week. I landed on my tailbone, and then the chair hit me in the head when it landed. And then Gavin came to check on me. I was like, no, just leave me on the floor where I belong.
He was like, I want to leave you here. I'm like, I specifically bought a specific type of chair for that studio that would help your back and be comfortable. How the fuck did you flip out of this bitch? I don't want way with you. I was like, here, let me help you up. And he's using the chair to help him. So I was like, don't use the chair. It has wheels.
So then I was like, just leave me here.
Just leave me here. I'm just done.
And then I waited a few minutes and called him back to come check on me. But it doesn't help that in my dramatic meltdowns, you laugh at me. You're not supposed to laugh at someone having a meltdown. You're supposed to be supportive. You think it's funny.
I was very supportive, y'all.
Nuh-uh.
But I also am questioning, like, how the fuck did you do this when I bought a specific type of chair in here? Like,
all chairs that have wheels have the possibility for them to lock and move.
There wasn't anything for it to get stuck on his concrete floors.
The wheel locked.
I don't know how he managed to do this, but it was it was frightening at first because you just hear a big crash. You're like, oh god, what happened? And you have to run in there real quick, and he's all like on the floor and like one way or the other, and just using the chair to help himself get back up was something I could not fathom for someone who claims to be such a genius. Let's use the wheelie chair to help me get myself back up.
I was all discombobulated from falling on the floor.
And I'm trying to help pick him up, and he's like, and using the chair. I was like, bitch, motherfucker.
Because you were laughing at me, so I didn't want your help.
I didn't take pictures.
That I know of. I wouldn't put it past you.
Which, now I'm trying to do more videos for TikTok. Anytime I pull up my camera and start talking, he checks my phone first to make sure if it's recording or not.
Because I can't trust you not to do stuff like that.
But that's the best stuff to catch.
For you?
For you too.
Nuh-uh.
Why not?
Because I don't like people laughing at me like that. You think it's funny to catch me in those moments and let people make fun of me.
They're not making fun of you. It's our life together. It's how we are. Although the best, I must say, was Thursday when Jill showed you the taxidermy butt plugs. The look on your face was abject, I don't fucking understand this world anymore.
For real, like, when Professor Farnsworth gets mad, he's like, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. That was the moment.
See, on Thursdays when Harley and Jill come over, things always degrade into insanity. And it started off with the bang when Jill's like, I got something to show you.
like just the level, like at a most basic level, the level of disrespect there is so fucked up. But then what is wrong with that human being that they were like, you know what would go perfect up my ass?
A bobcat head.
A dead animal's head. That would go perfect up my ass.
Yeah.
And then it had a sign that said, but remember, if anyone asks you, they're wine corks. Nobody's that fucking dumb. People can tell the difference between a wine cork and a butt plug. And why you need a dead animal's head on your butt plug, I'll never know. Never in a million years. And I'm sure I sound judgmental, and this is one of the few times where I'm cool with being judgmental because, like I said, is there no dignity in death anymore? It's like, yeah, no, fuck it. Take that dead animal's head, stuff it, and then shove it up my ass.
It's attached to a butt plug. You're not shoving it in. It's attached. Like a tank.
Close enough.
So
Close enough.
that was a dramatic reaction as well, but not like a cry dramatic reaction. He has. You've seen it on our show where he hits himself in the head when I say something. Like, you have a lot of dramatic reactions. I love them. I love them all.
Because you... Oh, I have dramatic reactions?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Mr. Not Sega.
See,
The losers of the console
he pushes
wars.
this button to try to do things. And I'm like...
I have your meltdown on camera.
That's
posted
fine.
it.
Because you want... It's just like... When it comes to certain things, he likes to talk about them over and over and over again. And it's like, okay, we've talked about it. We're done talking about it. There had to be a point where it's like, we're not talking about Star Wars anymore. For every day for months, he
Because it was
complained
horrible.
about Star Wars. Like, look, we're done talking about it. We're just don't
It was
bring
hot
it up.
garbage.
So my friend Josh called last Friday after they watched our episode, and they're still going on about Boba Fett. They're both arguing back and forth. They're like, y'all, we're done talking this conversation right now. We're trying to have a moment in the backyard looking at the beautiful sky because it was the moon and the stars are out. And they're sitting there bitching about Boba Fett still to each other. And they just...
I wasn't bitching about it. I'm enjoying it. You two were bitching about it.
No, you were like, no, you guys will just accept my whatever. So anyways...
Y'all will accept whatever trash comes out of that universe, but not a good
These
show.
dramatic shits don't ever stop. When you keep poking or pushing those buttons just to see what's going to happen, well, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't bring up, stuff about you every single day.
Yes, you do.
Like what?
Every day you have something to fuck with me about.
About, like what?
I don't know.
What did I fuck with you yesterday?
I don't know. I just woke up. Shut up, half eyebrow motherfucker.
See? See what I mean? I have half an eyebrow.
I don't even know how you did that shit either.
I don't, it's
You would
just,
think you were in an
it's
accident.
fucking natural that way. Like, I haven't done anything. I just don't have fucking eyebrows, y'all.
We can get a permanent marker and draw those bitches.
I'm gonna have to at some point in time, just like squiggle, 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 squiggle. But I'm afraid we're like one of those crack whores on TikTok who does them, and they're all like that, like shit. Yeah, no.
I always love when girls draw them on and they look like fucking heartbeats and shit on their forehead.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
I don't know either. Like, I mean, God rest her soul. You remember when my sister used to do her eyebrows? Sometimes it would be like, yo, let the professionals draw those bitches onto you. And you weren't even there when she was really young. Like, when she was in high school, the first time she accidentally completely shaved her whole eyebrow off. I remember because she used to try to like, oh, I just have this little bit here, little bit here. Whole bitch was gone. And then she comes downstairs thinking none of us would notice she had penciled it on. And I was looking at her and like looking and looking, and I was like, wait a minute. Bam! Ooh, I almost got my ass beat that day.
Yeah. What have been some of your other favorite dramatic meltdowns?
I don't have dramatic meltdowns.
You're the one who wanted to talk about this topic. It was one of the things. Hey, I want to talk about my dramatic meltdowns.
Just to entertain you. I don't know, what's your favorite dramatic meltdown? I figured the one in the kitchen with the corkscrew was your favorite.
Yeah, I think that the first is always the best. That was definitely a highlight of that week, was the smashing of the face and bleeding and me not understanding what the fuck you have a wine cork that doesn't pull a wine cork out for. Like, no idea what was going on with that day.
The other ones that happen on a semi-regular basis that you just still have yet to learn, sometimes just the wrong song is going to come on. And it's going to just grab that heartstring of mine and yank. And I'm going to start crying. And then you're like, what's going on? And I can't talk. And you're like, well, what's wrong? I just can't say anything. It was like, there's music playing. And I started crying. Assume one of those songs came on and it hit me in the feels.
Yeah, he has a lot he attaches memories to a lot of music and songs. And so I don't think we've been able to watch some movies since people have passed on because he just can't. And I'm like, well, I kind of want to watch it. Well, no, we're not watching it because it's going to make me cry.
I'd watch most everything with you.
Slowly, it's been a long time.
Well, pardon fucking me for needing time to get over my sister and my mother dying.
So so that's always been a...
Some of us take time to process grief.
Do we have to watch this? I just can't watch this. We watched something with a brother and sister in it.
We watched something where we made it through 99 out of the 100 minutes of the movie, but because I couldn't handle the very end of it, you got all in your...
It was all... can we just not watch this anymore? Like, all dramatically, like,
it was over, and I was
life
like,
or
I
death.
just can't handle the very end of it. And
There was something else we tried watching about a brother and sister, and you were just done within 5 minutes. You start crying. Can we just change it?
I'm sorry that I still miss my little sister.
It's okay to miss people, but you don't drown in it.
It's not drowning in it.
You were drowning in motherfucking tears, bitch.
Because you're the one pushing me into the deep end with the movie.
I didn't even know this was going to be a triggering movie. I said, let's watch this movie. It was like, okay. And then...
So let me go ahead and teach you how to use judgment, since you clearly don't know how. If there's going to be a storyline involving a brother and a sister and something bad happening to one of them, I'm probably going to have a bad reaction to it.
If we don't know the story of the fucking movie, how am I supposed to know?
Well, then don't get in my shit if I have a reaction, because I didn't know it was going to happen either.
Dramatic reactions. Because he's so proper when he does it. Like I said, y'all just can't handle this no more. We gotta just move on.
Bitch, I don't have that kind of southern accent like you. I don't sound like...
That's what it's like.
I don't sound like I climb trees in East Texas.
No, he's like, hey man, say, let's just turn this off. I can't handle that. That's more like him.
Motherfucker, I'm not from East LA. I don't know where you're getting these accents from.
It's hilarious. So anyways.
I hope one day on the show your bumblefuck Texas accent comes out. People need to hear this shit.
I work real hard not to sound like a redneck Texan.
But sometimes he cannot hide it. Because, y'all, the redneck runs deep in this one.
It's become easier over the years. It's now just a habit. But there will be times where I'll just be like, and
I'll just sit there and giggle, and then eventually it'll dawn on you that that's how you're speaking, and then you'll get mad at me and have a dramatic meltdown over it.
It's not as dramatic.
Yes, it is, because you're like, how long have you been letting me talk this way?
Because he laughs. I go out in public like that, and people are like, "Yeah, dumb goddamn hick."
I laugh because it's like he's broken. Like I could hit him on the side of the head to make it go away, but I'm like, we'll just let it go. Let's just let it ride.
All right, so we have a week of fun shows for you guys this week. We released episodes at noon. Make sure you subscribe. Let us know about your dramatic meltdowns and fun things that happen in your relationships.
And y'all let him know it's okay to miss people who you love that have died.
And let him know there's a point where it's okay to let it go.
No, Elsa. Not everyone lets it go the next day. You're one of those like, oh, well, I cried for 10 minutes, so I've moved on.
That's how I process things.
You're like an old broken computer where the memory doesn't work, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, did you have a video game program on here? You don't anymore.
There's no. We'll have to write that down. We need to talk about how we process grief.
Yes.
Anyway, so like and subscribe, share, have fun with us this week. We're gonna make sure you will follow us on TikTok at Kaiju Lives Media and Girl Fight on Instagram. We do our videos. We do fun things. We just laugh and joke and play, and some of us more than others.
Yeah, he does that pony play shit.
Oh no, y'all! Because today I pre-ordered a pair of shoes, and they should be here today. And I've not told him what they are because I hope to God they fit. Because you will die, and it's probably the gayest thing I've ever bought.
I don't know, dude. As much Disney shit as you have.
That's not gay.
Yes, it is.
The Candyland shoes were borderline just because they're so rainbowy and colorful.
Borderline my ass.
They're fucking Candyland shoes, y'all.
Those Candyland shoes were gayer than a butt plug with a fucking tail attached.
They're fucking epic.